A joyful day, grade 7. I'm Teacher Joy, your momster for today. Welcome to our English class. There will be a lot of enjoyment, learning, and momster challenge. Did you experience that someone's talking but you disturb him? If yes, then you don't want it to happen again. Just watch, listen, and taking down notes to our lesson. But before we proceed to our topic, let me first put a multiple choice test on you to see how familiar that lesson to you.
It is the process of exchange of information, ideas, and feelings between two or more people through verbal or non-verbal methods. Letter A, communication. Letter B, interpersonal communication. Or letter C, intrapersonal communication.
Okay, class, what is your answer? If your answer is letter B, you're right. Sending thumbs up for who got the correct answer.
When you are just communicating with yourself, it is A, communication, B, interpersonal communication, or letter C, intrapersonal communication.
Are you ready to show your answer, class? If your answer is letter C, very good. Sending thumbs up for who got the correct answer.
Your friend is speaking, and to show that you understand, you should, letter A, give non-verbal communication cues. Letter B, react in a negative way. Or letter C, always give comments.
Okay, let's check if your answer is correct. If your answer is letter A, great! I'll give you a thumbs up for who got the correct answer. Next is okay, class, what is your answer? If your answer is good communication, you're right. Sending thumbs up for who got the correct answer. Okay, class, let's check your answer. If your answer is bad communication, very good. Sending thumbs up for who got the correct answer. Job well done, class. And now, can someone have idea what is our lesson about? If you think our lesson is about interpersonal communication, you're right. To understand well our lesson, get your pen, paper, and self-learning module. Our topic for today is about employing a variety of strategies for effective interpersonal communication.
At the end of the episode, students are expecting to understand what interpersonal is communication, to value the different strategies for effective interpersonal communication, and to practice to be an effective interpersonal communicator.
First, what is interpersonal communication?
Interpersonal communication is the process of exchange of information, ideas, and feelings between two or more people through verbal or non-verbal methods.
Also, it includes face-to-face exchange of information in form of voice, facial expression, body language, and gestures. Talking between two people is called interpersonal communication. What do you think it's called if you're talking to yourself? You're right! It is intrapersonal communication.
Intrapersonal communication incorporates acts of imagination, self-talk, visualization, recall, and other sorts of internal vocalization.
Interpersonal communication is the method we communicate with our inner self. The next is strategies.
The effective interpersonal communication strategies. Number 1. Making effective communication decisions, including
Be assertive. Being strong provides you the best opportunity of getting your point. Observe courtesy. Like you should show respect to the person with whom you are talking by communicating courteously. Be tactful. You are allowed giving feedback, revealing sensitive information, and say the right thing in order to maintain a relationship and their feelings. Be specific. Make it direct to the point. No more, no less of information. Make it relevant. For example, when your conversation is about education, your topic you shared also is about education and not about your love life. Choose the appropriate level of usage. It is depending on who are your audience. Monitor body language. But in some parts, someone may say something or say one thing yet send a different message through their body language. Observe appropriate use of paralanguage. Volume, rate, inflection. It is the pitch of your voice in how you communicate to others.
Number 2. Making introductions, including introduce oneself and others by providing names, relationship, and relevance.
When you had a conversation to your friend and your sister come into your side, let you introduce her to your friend. Like, Jess, she is my sister Jen, and she's come with us.
Number 3. Making requests, including figure out who is able to help you, decide how assertive you should be specific, determine the best situation, and communicate a time frame.
Figure out who is able to help you. Someone may be able to assist you achieving your goals. Decide how assertive you should be. Strong enough and confidence can help you to look a good opportunity. Be specific. Direct to the point. Determine the best situation. It is the great solution on the problems. Communicate a time frame. It's have a topic organizer from introduction to solution.
Number 4. Telephone conversations, including speak clearly, get to the message, and respect the caller's time.
Speak clearly. Make sure you're audible and clear. Respect the caller's time. For example, when someone talking on the phone, don't interrupt them easily. Give their time and let the conversation done, or in some way, say excuse me. That show your respect to someone talking on a phone call.
And the last strategy is active listening, including listen carefully and sincerely. Make eye contact, smile, and speak.
Listen carefully and sincerely. Open your ears and willingness to listen. Make eye contact. Make sure you have eye contact with the person you're talking to and don't look elsewhere. Smile. Always smile that show your interest on someone's talking. Speak. Share your thoughts and if necessary, provide comments. We're done to the strategies and now let's move on to the tips.
Tips to help you be an effective interpersonal communicator. Number 1, avoid negative body language. Body language can tell a lot about how a person feels. A slumped posture can indicate a lot of confidence or boredom. Averted eye contact can indicate that a person is uncomfortable. A forced smile can mean insincerity. Hence, you should always be mindful when it comes to body language.
Avoid negative body language. We can always see our movements, which limits our capacity to communicate effectively with others.
Number 2, refrain from interrupting the other person. Interrupting someone while they are speaking is extremely impolite. Nobody likes being interrupted because it disrupts their thought process and is disrespectful. If you must make an interruption and must speak at that precise moment, you must do so gently and politely.
Refrain from interrupting the other person. Interrupting the other person is not a good idea. You may say, "Excuse me, may I talk?" to show respect to the person, but if it is an urgent problem, you may say, "Excuse me, may I speak?"
Number 3, think before you speak. This is similar to the phrase, think before you click. Thinking before you speak is a great habit to develop to avoid causing trouble in your life, whether in your relationships, career, or elsewhere. This strategy will help you to be more tactful and understand how to offset negativity with something positive. Thus, you should consider how your words will impact the person with whom you are communicating.
Think before you speak. It is always consider what words you use because we occasionally say things that may upset the person with whom we are conversing.
Tips number 4, listen well. Listening to what others are saying is a skill in and of itself, and you should practice it when communicating with others. You will be able to understand that person's words more clearly and respond positively if you have good listening skills. It also shows the other person that you care and are interested in what he or she says.
Listen well. Open your ears and willingness to listen carefully. It shows that you're interested.
And the last tip, be neutral. Some people become defensive or aggressive during conversations. You do not have to become defensive or attack someone who points out your mistakes. Maintain neutrality and transparency so that you can understand what is being discussed.
Being neutral, always in the middle if there's had some discourse. No one can be favorable. Don't be biased. Are you still there, class? If yes, let's move on to our Monster Challenge.
Read each item carefully and choose the correct answer. I'll give you 3 seconds for every question. Number 1. Always maintain the balance in the conversation so that everyone involved in the discussion has a fair part in it. Letter A. Listen well. Letter B. Think before you speak. Or letter C. Be neutral. The answer is letter C. Be neutral. Number 2. Ask the person if you can interrupt him or her and say sorry. And whatever you wanted to say must justify your interruption. Letter A. Avoid negative body language. Letter B. Refrain from interrupting the other person. Or letter C. Listen well. It's letter B. Refrain from interrupting the other person. Number 3. It will also send a signal to the other person that you care about what he or she has to say. Letter A. Listen well. Letter B. Be neutral. Or letter C. Avoid negative body language. The answer is letter A. Listen well. Make sure that you do not distract someone who is talking so as not to make the person feel uncomfortable. Letter A. Avoid negative body language. Letter B. Refrain from interrupting the other person. Or letter C. Listen well. The answer is letter A. Avoid negative body language. Number 5. You should try to connect with the feelings of the other person in order to show that you genuinely care about the conversation that is going between the two of you. Letter A. Listen well. Letter B. Think before you speak. Or letter C. Be neutral. The answer is letter B. Think before you speak.
Well done, class. Good job. And here's your Monster badge. You want more challenge? I hope you want more. And here's your next Monster Challenge.
Fill out the blanks with the correct answer relevant to what have you learned in this lesson. I'll give you 10 seconds to answer these questions. The answers are: number 1, interpersonal communication. Number 2, Number 3, verbal. Number 4, non-verbal. Number 5, exchange. Number 6, communication. Number 7, yourself. Number 8, intrapersonal. Number 9, level. And number 10, effectiveness.
Who got the perfect score? Good job for that. And for the person who get the lowest score, better luck next challenge. It's okay. And here's the another monster badge for who got the perfect score. And for our last monster challenge of the air.
Look for a partner, such as a friend, parent, or classmate, who can help you interact and practice interpersonal communication by showing how well you grasp our today's discussion. Video your interaction and answer the questions below.
Let's see if you get a new badge next knitting. And that's all for today. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned a lot. Again, I'm Teacher Joy, your momster.